Welcome. Before you listen to anything else, pause for a second. Take a slow breath in and let it go. This is not just another motivational video. This is not noise. This is not something you play in the background. This video is a mirror, because today we are not talking about success, money, or productivity. We are talking about the war inside your head, the one no one sees, but you fight every single day. Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever felt like your own mind is your biggest enemy? Like no matter how hard you try to stay positive, something inside keeps pulling you back into sadness, fear, or regret. Have you ever laughed with people, but inside you felt empty? Have you ever gone to bed exhausted, not from work, but from thinking too much? The same thoughts, the same memories, the same questions. Why am I like this? Why can't I just be normal? Why do I feel broken even when nothing is wrong? Listen to me carefully now. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not weak. You are not damaged. You are not crazy. But the way your mind was trained, that is broken. And today we fix it. Not with fake motivation. Not with empty quotes. But with understanding. Because once you understand your mind, you stop being afraid of it. And once you stop being afraid, you take control. Stage 1. Where negative thoughts are really born. Most people make the same mistake. They fight their thoughts. They say, I should stop thinking like this. I need to be stronger. Why can't I just be happy? But fighting your thoughts is like fighting your shadow. The harder you try, the more it follows you. Here is the truth most people never learn. Negative thoughts do not come from nowhere. They come from your subconscious mind. And your subconscious controls almost everything. About 95% of your life, your reactions, emotions, habits, are controlled by programming you didn't choose. Your subconscious is not smart. It doesn't judge. It doesn't protect you. It only records. From childhood, it recorded how people spoke to you, how mistakes were treated, how love was given or taken away, how fear lived inside your home, how failure was punished or mocked. And it recorded silently. No warning. No consent. Years later, those recordings speak back to you as thoughts. When you think, I'm not enough. I always fail. I don't deserve love. That is not your voice. That is memory pretending to be truth. Let me tell you a story. Daniel was confident on the outside. Funny, intelligent, kind. But every time life challenged him, he quit. Jobs, relationships, dreams. Why? Because inside his head, a voice whispered, you'll fail again. Don't embarrass yourself. You're not built for success. What Daniel forgot was a moment when he was 9, standing in front of his class, hands shaking, heart racing. One mistake, one laugh from others. That moment buried itself inside him. And that pain became a belief. That belief became a voice. That voice became his life. Negative thoughts are old wounds speaking loudly. So don't attack them. Investigate them. Ask, where did this come from? Who taught me this? What moment made this feel true? Because once you see the source, the thought weakens. Tonight, write this down. What are the 3 thoughts that hurt me the most? And for each one, ask, who planted this inside me? You'll realize something powerful. Most of your pain was never yours. Stage 2. The loops that keep you stuck. You try to improve. You journal. You pray. You stay hopeful. Yet you still feel trapped. Why? Because you're stuck in a mental loop. A loop is a cycle that feeds itself. It looks like this. Trigger. Thought. Emotion. Reaction. Guilt. Repeat. One small moment starts it. A look. Comment. A comparison. Then the thought, I'm not good enough. Then emotion, shame, fear, sadness. Then reaction, isolation, overthinking, scrolling, self-destruction. Then guilt. Why am I like this? That guilt becomes the next trigger. And the loop continues. Amira lived inside this loop for years. Every mirror hurt. Every social situation drained her. Every night ended in silent tears. She thought the pain was her personality. But it was just a loop. And loops break at reaction, not thought. One day she stopped arguing with her mind. When the thought came, she said, "Interesting," and chose a different action. Small, gentle, human. That was enough. Interrupt the pattern, even slightly, and the loop loses power. Tonight, identify your loop. Then choose one new response. That's how freedom starts. Stage 3. You are feeding what is destroying you. Let's be honest. Most people say they want peace, but their daily habits are designed to create chaos. They say, "I want to stop negative thoughts." But every morning, they feed their brain fear, comparison, noise, and pressure. And then they wonder why their mind feels heavy. Listen carefully. You cannot heal a mind you keep poisoning. Your brain is not broken. It is responding exactly to what you give it. Your mind is a living system. Imagine your mind as soil. Whatever you plant, there grows. Whatever you water becomes stronger. Now ask yourself honestly, what are you watering every day? Endless scrolling, fake perfection, other people's success, fear-based news, sad songs on repeat, late-night overthinking. Then you ask, why am I anxious? Why do I feel empty? Because you are feeding emptiness. The phone is not neutral. Your phone is not just a device. It's an emotional injector. Your subconscious doesn't know. This is just a reel. This is just entertainment. It only knows, compare, judge, feel behind, feel less. One reel doesn't hurt you, but repetition programs you. Stop asking for strength, change the input. You don't need more willpower. You need a cleaner mental diet. Do this. Unfollow what makes you feel small. Mute what triggers comparison. Reduce night scrolling. Protect mornings and nights. Not forever. Just until you're strong again. Peace needs protection. Stage 4. Clean your mind daily or it will collapse. You clean your body every day. But your mind? You leave it dirty for months, years. And then one small problem breaks you. Not because the problem is big, but because your mind is overloaded. Mental dirt is invisible. Stress doesn't come all at once. It accumulates. Unspoken feelings, unfinished conversations, uncried tears, unexpressed anger. They pile up silently. And one day you wake up tired for no reason. You don't need therapy for this part. You need awareness rituals. Here are powerful daily cleansers. 1. The mental dump before sleep. Write everything bothering you. No structure. No grammar. Just empty your head. 2. Emotional check-in once a day. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Name it. Naming releases pressure. 3. Forgiveness minute. Forgive one small thing daily. Someone. Yourself. A situation. Carrying anger is mental poison. 4. Stillness. Sit in silence for 2 minutes. No phone. No music. Let your nervous system reset. Clean mind equals calm life. Stage 5. Replace. Don't fight. Why force makes your mind worse? Most people are exhausted not because life is hard, but because they are constantly fighting their own mind. From the moment they wake up, there is a war. I shouldn't feel this way. I must stop overthinking. Why am I like this? And this inner fighting continues all day. Let me tell you something important. A mind under attack cannot heal. Every time you fight a thought, you treat it like an emergency. And when the brain senses emergency, it releases fear chemicals. So the thought grows stronger. This is why forcing positivity never works. Why fighting thoughts is impossible. Your brain has one main job: keep you safe. So when you fight a thought, your brain thinks, this thought must be dangerous. I must protect us. And it repeats it more. The thought becomes louder, heavier, more convincing. That's why the calm people are not the ones without negative thoughts. They are the ones who don't react to them. Thoughts are invitations, not commands. A thought says, you are not enough. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to answer it. You don't have to obey it. You can simply say, I hear you, but I choose differently. This is replacement. Replacement is gentle redirection. Replacement does not mean lying. It means choosing a healthier angle. Old thought, I always fail. Replacement, I fail sometimes, and I learn every time. Old thought, I'm too late. Replacement, my life is not a race. Old thought, I'm weak. Replacement, I've survived more than people know. Your brain relaxes when it hears balance instead of attack. The repetition rule. Your brain does not change from one thought. It changes from repeated direction. So repeat the replacement calmly. No emotion. No force. Like training a child to walk. Slow, patient, consistent. This is how identity changes. Stage 6. The way you talk to yourself is deciding your future. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When you fail, when you feel tired, when you feel lost, how do you speak to yourself? Most people are brutal. They say, you're useless. You're lazy. You'll never change. And then they wonder why motivation dies. Your inner voice is always listening. Your brain believes the voice it hears most. If that voice is cruel, your nervous system stays in fear mode. Fear mode blocks creativity, focus, confidence, healing. You cannot grow in fear. Where did this voice come from? This voice is learned. Someone once spoke to you like this, or treated you like this, or ignored you like this, and now you repeat it internally. But learned voices can be unlearned. The inner child shift. Inside you is a younger version of you, who still listens. When you insult yourself, you are insulting that child. When you encourage yourself, you are healing them. Start saying, I'm allowed to learn. I'm allowed to rest. I'm not a problem. Say it even if it feels strange. Strange means new. New means change. Stage 7. Remove hidden triggers. Most people think healing is about pushing harder, about being strong enough to endure everything. But here's the truth. Healing is not about endurance. Healing is about protection. Every day, you are surrounded by hidden triggers. Subtle, soft, almost invisible. But they slowly pull you back into old patterns of pain, fear, and self-doubt. It's like living in a room with a quiet ticking clock. At first, you don't notice it. Tick, tick, tick. Then one day you realize, I've been carrying this sound inside me for years. Triggers are the same. They can be a person whose smile hides subtle judgment, a group chat that seems fun but leaves you comparing, a scent, a song, a smell that reminds you of past failure, even a habit, routine, or location that keeps you stuck. The silent thief of energy. These triggers are thieves, quietly stealing your energy, confidence, and peace. You might feel tired without reason, anxious without reason, frustrated without reason. The tricky part? They feel safe because they are familiar. Your brain would rather stay in old pain than experience unknown peace. Breaking the cycle. Here's what you need to do. Identify your silent triggers. Write a list of people, places, routines, or habits that subtly pull you down. Understand their effect. For each, ask yourself, why does this affect me? How does it make me feel? Protect yourself strategically. Limit contact. Change routines. Rearrange your space. Create boundaries. This is not cruelty. This is self-respect. You are not running away from life. You are creating space for your growth. Replace old environments. If a plant is not growing, you don't blame the seed. You change the soil. You give it sunlight, water, and care. Your mind is the same. If your environment keeps feeding fear, self-doubt, or comparison, you must remove it. No guilt. No justification. You owe your future the best soil, the clearest space, the strongest foundation. The reward of silence. Once you remove hidden triggers, you'll notice subtle changes. You wake up calmer. You feel lighter. Thoughts no longer spiral instantly. Joy and creativity return slowly, like sunlight after a storm. This stage is powerful because it gives you control over what influences you. It's not the end of the journey, but it is the moment you reclaim your sanctuary. Stage 8. Turn pain into power. Here's the final, most profound stage. You've survived pain. You've carried it silently. You've faced nights where nobody saw your tears, where nobody heard your cries, where nobody noticed the fear quietly crawling inside you. Now it's time to turn all of that into fuel. Pain is not a curse. Pain is gold in disguise. The Japanese art of kintsugi. There's an ancient Japanese art called kintsugi. When a ceramic bowl breaks, it is not discarded. The cracks are repaired with gold. The bowl becomes stronger, more beautiful, and more valuable. Not despite its cracks, but because of them. Your life can be the same. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every lonely night, every failure can become gold. Wisdom, strength, empathy, resilience. 4 transformational shifts. Stop asking, why me? Ask, what now? You may never know why you were hurt, but you can choose how to respond. Ask, what do I want to build from this? What version of me is waiting on the other side of this pain? Transform emotion into action. Pain is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be redirected. Anxiety creates something. Anger sets boundaries. Loneliness helps someone else. Fear takes calculated action. Use your pain to serve others. You don't need fame, money, or approval. Simply share your story. I've been there. I understand you. You are not alone. Helping even one person turns your suffering into purpose. Build identity around survival, not suffering. Stop saying, I am broken. Start saying, I am rebuilding. Stop saying, they ruined me. Start saying, I rebuilt myself. Your scars are proof of power, not weakness. The beauty of transformation. Transformation is slow. It is quiet. It is not instant gratification. But if you practice consistently, your fear becomes courage. Your shame becomes confidence. Your doubt becomes learning. Your pain becomes power. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are the rising power that exists in the middle of all three, choosing to become something greater. This is not just survival. This is rebirth. Every tear, every struggle, every lonely night has a purpose, to forge the gold inside you. And when you see yourself as gold, you stop hiding. You start living. You start creating. You start transforming not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. Remember, the world does not need you perfect. It needs you healed. It needs you free. It needs you as the person who has endured, learned, and now shines.